Guys, look at this one. Storage. Storage actually two parts. One is storage, another one is backup. Means how to store a data, where to store a data. Okay, what are the technologies we are using in the storing a data? So that is called as storage. Different techniques to store the data. So that is also a storage. Backup. Backup means so we have a data and where to put a data. So we are for safekeeping, for a safekeeping, where you will put a data and how you will put it and how to restore it. When backup comes up, then it automatically restore is also there. So how to restore the data and what are the different technologies or maybe different organizations applications are there for a backup also. But actually, as per your syllabus, storage, different company based storages also there, means applications are there for storages and backups also. But I'm not going with the depth of that applications and all. If possible, I will tell you the names, but we can't do practically or we can't see what it is because mostly company related and it will take a lot of time going on it. So understanding storage is not a separate one. So major part of storage is our regular base only. So yeah, this is not recording. This is what happened. This conference will now be recorded. Okay. Okay. So what is there in a storage? What is there in a storage is your disk drives. Okay. Normally, what are the different type of disk are there? Okay, locations of storage are like disk storages, uh, enterprise storages, normal storages like different type of disk are there, mbr gpt, file systems. Okay, file system fat and ntfs file systems. Next one is what is a virtual hard disk. What is a virtual hard disk? Next, enterprise solutions like what is NAS, what is DAS, what is SAN, what is SCSI, what is iSCSI, what is a RAID, what is LVM. These are topics in a storage. That's why I said it is practical part is only one or two parts, but maximum it is theory only. Maximum practical, I will try if time is enough. At least I will try to do three practical wise is there. Actually, one is a RAID. So software RAID only, not hardware RAID. So RAID, I will try if I have a time, then I will show you the RAID. Okay. Next one is LVM. Next one is iSCSI. Okay. So the in a storage, these three things are there. In a backup, backup types are there. In a backup types practicals are there. That's we will see. So how much time for today and tomorrow? Maximum I will try to complete all the major theory part is today, and if possible, if I have a time in a after 5, almost like a 5:30, at least I will show one practical. At least RAID practical is easy. I will show you RAID practical how to do ourselves for a understanding level. Okay. Next, if you check in your previous questions, only few questions are they're asking, means in a frequently asked questions, very less times only they're asking question. Last time they asked what is LVM also. Okay, so what is LVM, what is RAID? These two are only one or two times they ask. But still, guys, we have a again I'm telling this, we have a hobby of learning things like for examinations. You have to, instead of studying a textbook, studying a guide, or practicing from only FAQs. And if you got a question, like if you have a 10 questions in your exam paper, you may have to write at least 6 questions or maybe a 5 questions. Remaining are choice. But in an interview and in a real time technologies, when you are working, there is no choice. Okay, sir, 4 servers are working and 2 servers are not working. So it's okay. I will leave it for a choice. You can't do that one, right? You have a almost 10 servers are there. you said like in my engineering examination or maybe in my examinations, or I leave it for a choice. So then I configure only 4 servers. Remaining 6 servers are I will leave it for a choice or a pass mark. 40 marks are pass marks. For example, 100 out of 100, 40 is a pass mark. Sir, I pass in the servers because I configure out of 10 servers, I configure only 4 servers. Remaining, it is not required I pass in the servers. It is not that life, it is like you should be 100% can able to tell answers, all answers you have to tell. 10 questions, 20 questions, 30 questions. So how many questions are there? You can able to give answer. So that type you have to prepare everything. In work, you don't have a choice. You don't have a leave for a choice kind of stuff. So compulsory you can able to deal with the issues. So keep it that in mind. So then you can learn anything. Okay. Okay, guys. So we'll start with some storages here. Already I forwarded 3 PPTs. Um, Out of these 3 PPTs, I said read first 2 PPTs only. I think yesterday only I sent these so many messages. Here it is. Okay, local storage, enterprise storage. This is additional ones in a storage space and data deduplication. This is a secondary, but these two are covers maximum of your storage related topic. Of course, look like it is so many slides, but don't worry. Most of them are like this one. So first here, as for this one, normal disk, normal hard disk. So normal hard disk are 2 types, right? So normal hard disk, if you take a normal hard disk, so which is we know already, so it is easy to cover. Okay. So here, if you take a disk, means hard disk. Okay. If you take a disk, so when you insert a disk, when you are insert a disk, it is asking you how initialize the disk. Initialize the disk. Initialize the disk in a either MBR type or GPT type. So you have to initialize the disk, either it is MBR type or a GPT type. And last time also I told, like if you are UEFI and BIOS UEFI is there, right? So if your hardware is a BIOS, automatically your fresh hard disk when you are installing an operating system, it become a MBR only. But if you are using a UEFI only, and by default disk is become GPT disk when you are installing hard disk. The fresh format hard disk, it become a GPT. Next, if you are using a BIOS and as well as UEFI based firmware, and your operating system support only BIOS based, then it become MBR. Your operating system is a new operating system and it is support UEFI, your hard disk become GPT. That is already we discussed it. If you remember, that is good. If you don't remember, it's you have to just go to check it once again. But I'm directly jump to what is MBR and what is GPT. You have to go with the names. I forget your names frequently. Okay, we'll go to Urvi. Urvi, what is MBR abbreviation?
Sir, master boot record.
Master boot record.
Yes, sir.
So if your disk is MBR, then how many primary partitions we can make it?
3 extended.
Very good. So totally 4 primary partitions you can create it. If you want to create more than 4 partitions, if you want to create more than 4 partitions, you have to create 3 primary and 1 extend. In extend, we can create logical partitions. How much maximum support?
2 TB.
2 terabyte. Very good. Okay, next. Manjusha. Manjusha, what is GPT? Very good. GUID partition table. How many primary partitions you can make it? Very good. 128 primary partitions. How many extended partitions? No extended partitions. Very good. No extended. Okay, if no extended means no logical partitions. Just one direct 128. So max size support. More than 2 terabyte or 18 EB. Yeah. Very good. Very good. So guys, remember. Very good. See, one part is completed. So 18 EB, 128 partitions per drive. Okay, it's a successor of MBR. Partition can up to 18 EB. MBR smaller than 2 terabytes. Disk smaller than larger than 2 terabytes is given. Okay. Here is a different type of disks are there. Basic disk, dynamic disk, disk volume included something is there. So what is this basic disk and dynamic disk? I'm just copy paste for easy collection purpose only. Basic disk, it means it's a disk only. So yeah, I will show you in a drawing. This is a disk. It's a simple disk only. It's a simple disk. It's a basic disk, simple disk. We can create a partitions as per our requirement, and you can install an operating system in the basic disk. So this is a basic, normally what disk we are using, that is a basic disk only. Dynamic disk, this is also a disk what we are using, a disk, same disk only. But if you convert from basic to dynamic, if this basic to dynamic, you can create a partitions, but you cannot install a OS in the, we can't install OS in dynamic disk. And purpose of dynamic disk is not for creating a partitions, it creating a volumes. It means combination of multiple disks. Normally partition means, what is the meaning of partition? Dividing a larger disk into small drive partitions, and it is a logical one. Basically, we are not physically dividing, right? We take a physical disk, but we are logically dividing. We are telling from here to here is a one single partition. This is a C drive, this is a D drive, like that. We are logically dividing these partitions. Logically we are dividing these partitions. Okay. So here again sentence is, it is a one disk, and logically we are dividing into multiple disk drives. Okay, this is, we call it as a normally partition. But what is this volume? What is this volume means? These are the physical hard disk, and logically we are combining these hard disk as a single volume. Okay, these are a physical hard disk, and logically we are combining into a large volume or a single volume. Combining a physical disk into a combining multiple disks, like this is a disk 1, this is a disk 2, and this is a disk 3. So I combine 3 disks into a single volume. So that is called a normally volume. But from Windows Vista 7 onwards, they change the naming. This is also a volume, and for a simple partition also volume they are telling like that. Okay, so don't confuse between that one. If you have a disk and you are dividing a disk into logically, that is we call it as a partition. Single disk into multiple partitions. Here it is multiple disk into single volume. That is called a volume. Different type of volumes are there, like a stripped volume, spanned volume, mirror volume, RAID 5 volume, RAID 6 volume, like that. So we will discuss that one anyway. So what is the use of this dynamic? If you want to make a volume, you should convert your disk into dynamic disk. The purpose of dynamic disk are to combine multiple disk into single volume. That's it. So to modify without restarting a Windows system provides several options for configuration volumes, but just these are having nothing, but it is understand what is a basic disk. Yeah, it is for is a initial basic storage purpose. We can create a multiple partitions inside, and we can install a operating system in a basic disk. Dynamic disk are actually we cannot install. If it is already become a dynamic disk and now you want to install OS, then you can't install. If already OS is there, so you can use. Cannot install. Very good. Okay. And this is provided several options for configuring volumes. Are they said it is. I will leave for that one only. So two type of disk are there. It is a disk only. Normally you purchase a disk and you insert a disk. That is a disk only. But it is a basically it is a basic disk only. If you want to create a volumes, you have to convert from basic to dynamic. Okay, so we can convert basic to dynamic disk. Okay, without losing data. If in case already basic disk contains some data, without losing a data, we can convert it from basic to dynamic. But we cannot convert a dynamic disk to basic disk without losing data. It means you have to delete all the partitions, you have to remove all the data, then automatically your basic disk is converted into dynamic disk. Okay. If we remove all partitions, data, okay, exactly say what happening, clean disk. If you clean the disk, automatically dynamic disk become basic disk. Got the point? Currently, I don't want to show you that one because people, what they will do, one or two times people are, yeah, that you are using your own laptops. It is a basic disk, and for checking purpose, they check it. It is a basic or dynamic. If you are seeing it is like a disk management on the disk name, like a disk 0 or disk 1, right click, and if you look at that one, it will shows as a basic disk. Okay, otherwise convert into dynamic, it means you are a basic. Convert into basic, it means you are a dynamic disk. Okay, so you can convert into dynamic disk directly. If I show, yeah, if you are do that one by accidentally, you convert your basic disk to dynamic disk, problems are there. So again, so you cannot convert it back. Okay, again you need a software or something, you need a command line. Again, we have to search in a Google. Okay, find out exact solution working. So problem are there. So this is the basic disk and dynamic disk. Again, I'm repeating. MBR, while you are connected disk, it is initialized MBR or GPT. If it is MBR, 4 primary partitions you can create it, but if you need a more than 4 primary partitions, create 3 primary and remaining second partition as an extended partition, and also you can create a multiple logical partitions there. Okay, inside a extended, you can create a logical partition. This is a maximum disk support is 2 terabytes. Okay, GUID partition table, GUID partition table or a guide partition table. 128 primary partitions you can able to create it. So no extended, no logical partitions are not there. Maximum support is more than 2 terabyte disk, or 18 EB is there. Disks are two types. One is a basic disk, another a dynamic disk. It is a single disk only. Initially, it is a basic disk. Okay, it is usually for operating system and creating a partitions for a single disk purpose only. But when you want to create a volumes, means logically you want to combine. Logically, you want to combine disk into a single volume. So you have to convert your disk into dynamic disk. If you convert a basic disk into dynamic disk without losing data, we can able to convert it, but don't convert in a normal if it is not required. For creating a volumes, only we are creating, so otherwise is not required. We cannot convert a dynamic disk into a basic disk without losing data, means you have to remove all the partitions data, clear disk. You have to clean everything. Okay, otherwise you can use the command called um, disk part command you can use to clean the disk also, or graphically disk management also you can able to do it. Once you remove all the partitions data, everything is removed, it is become unallocated partition, right? So your disk become unallocated partition totally, so then automatically it is become dynamic to basic. Still it is not converted, then you can able to convert directly from basic to, sorry, dynamic to basic. Okay, two parts I told. Now what is the third one we'll see? Oh, file systems. Okay, file systems. Pallavi, what are the file systems we generally use in Windows operating system? I think Pallavi is there now, because I don't remember all your names also. At a time of attendance only. Maybe, yeah, Pallavi Kumari is there. Okay. I think some people are left already. Yes, Sai Dilip said some answer. Good. FAT, NTFS, FAT 32 or FAT. You can use any name. FAT 32, NTFS. These are a Windows. In Windows, we are using. Very good. Anybody knows Linux or a Unix file system?
Linux, ext3, ext4, and XFS.
Very good. ext3, ext4, XFS. See? Very good. Now, there is a new other file system. Means generally, service-based file systems are there, like a NFS, CAFS. Okay, NFS, CAFS. Service-based means for file sharing and all, and different devices having a different type of file system possible. There is a new file system is also introduced, that is called exFAT and REFS. Okay, so these are a different file system in Windows. Base exFAT and REFS is also introduced from Windows 8. At the time of Windows 8 only it is introduced. Okay, these are like a file sharing or NAS protocols. This is the file system. NFS, CAFS, SMB. CAFS is nothing but SMB, also called as Samba. Okay, these are all names are belongs to CAFS only. Okay, common internet file system. Okay, NFS, network file system. exFAT, extended FAT. REFS, resilient file system. I will come to this one, but I want to go with Windows based, general Windows based things. FAT 32 and NTFS. Only first I'll go with the NTFS over FAT. Advantages or features. Comparison of NTFS features are like that. Okay, what is NTFS? That is what I'm asking. New technology. Whenever in Windows base. Okay, Pallavi got a network issue, so it's okay. Okay, new technology, file system. New technology, file system. FAT, file allocation table. Very good. Okay. So what are the advantages of NTFS? Very good. So quota, security, encryption. Last batch they got so many questions in only one question, mainly compression and security based questions they asked. It compresses the data. Disk compression means you have a data. For example, you have a 20 GB hard disk is there. For example, 20 GB hard disk is there, and it contains something around 18 GB data is there. Out of 20, 18 GB data is there. Now you cannot put more data, right? Maximum 2 GB data you can put it. Now what you do, you compress it. You said disk compression or data compression. Whatever it compress the data. So 18 GB become for example 15 GB. 18 GB data compressed to 15 GB. So you can put more data. Got it right? Like that. Yeah, very good. So that's for remaining.
Basically, the files are stored in the form of clusters, right, sir?
Yeah, everything cluster means the group of sectors, right? So group of sector. Everything is in a sector base, track base, sector, and cluster. Cluster is a group of sectors. NTFS cluster size is less by default. It is a 4K only by default. Okay. And last time some of you asked one question, that is, can we give lesser also? Yes, we can give lesser also. Okay. But generally we don't do manually. Okay. We can do it, but we don't involve in that kind of stuff generally. Okay. But you can give a cluster size is 4K. What is cluster size 4K means? Each sector size is 512 bytes. Each sector. Each sector size is 512 bytes. So 4K, it means 1K means 2 sectors. 4K means 8 sectors become one cluster. 8 sectors become one cluster. Okay, it's a data format, that is. So we don't. Okay, here why I written first these three things as a first instead of writing a compression and indexing? Because we done practical on a quota, security and encryption, right? We done a practical. Compression we didn't done as a practical, and indexing also we didn't involve in that one. Okay. So what is this DISCO quota? What is the DISCO quota? Allocate.
Space for every user.
Yeah.
Certain space for every user.
Yes. Specific. Is the spelling is okay? A specific. You tell correct. You told correct answer, but I am unable to write in a sentence manner. Allocate specific size to a user. Allocate a specific size. Example, you have a 100 GB hard disk and I want to give 20 GB to my user. So, if that user will get only 20 GB data only, he can able to put the data. Okay. Security is means giving access permissions. What is the access permission? Allow or deny, read. Okay, one second. Read and write permissions. Okay. So for a user, you can tell. So user can able to read the file. User can able to write the file, like that. It can allow or deny particular user or a group wise. You can able to give. This is for encrypt file or a folder. So then with the key, so then if you are encrypt the data, so then other users cannot able to access. Through network also people cannot able to access your file, okay, without certificate or a key, without certificate install or a key. Other users, either through network or directly, other users cannot access data without certificate or a key installed. So what is the compress? Compress, how to tell compress? Compress the data. So we can put more data in disk. Just I told one single line, but I think I explained properly. Like you have a 20 GB hard disk is there, or maybe a 100 GB hard disk is there, but maximum data is allocated already. Now you want to put more data in that one, so you don't have a space. Like 80 GB is completed, 80 GB already given. So 20 GB is little bit free, but you have a something around 25-30 GB is there. You cannot put the data. So what to do? So compress the data or a compress your disk or compress the data, so then you can put a more data. Okay. Next one, indexing, like your book indexing. So it will index your data, so then you can able to access the data or search the data faster. Indexing frequent data, index your data or extensions. Also you can say. Are you getting disturbance from my voice? My voice is clear. I connected to Bluetooth. Because Bluetooth already it is hanging in my neck, so it is better a clear voice for me. Laptop mic is sometimes because of my hands and typing, you may get a disturbance. Okay, your problems. Okay. Indexing a data or maybe extensions. What is extensions? Like a dot png or a dot txt dot doc, like that. These are extensions, right? For dot exe are extensions, right? So it will index that kind of extensions and driveways also. So what is the advantage of this thing is faster. You can search the data. Okay, it is possible like a faster searching. So for example, I try to open my search here, and I want to open a folder or a file which is frequently I'm using. Okay, so um, I want to open yesterday file. Yesterday is okay. um, so I have a IP addresses dot py file is also there. It's difficult. No. Networking nodes, networking essentials dot pdf, networking essentials dot txt, network essentials 3 topics. See, it's a files also it is displaying from here. Okay, so earlier when we are using a xp kind of stuff, not much indexing and all, even it is a ntfs, not much. It is will take lot of time to find out your files, but nowadays you can go to your search bar, that search bar or this search bar, anything. Okay, so here in the search bar you can type your data or maybe an extensions, so you can easily find it. For example, I'm going to my Z drive. I put a extension is dot iso. I have a lot of ISO files in this G drive, so I can able to find it. Yeah, it is not about NTFS. It's my system is slow. Why it is taking too much time? Yeah, to like there is a terminology called QoS. Anybody knows what is QoS? You know? Yes, quality of service. Okay, so instead of typing, just I want to tell a small thing. Okay, so before I'll tell, I want to tell thing is FAT, NTFS, file allocation table, NTFS, new technology file system. NTFS having a 5 features. Main features are quota, security, encryption, compression, and induction. Quota means disk quota. We can specific size of the disk. Size of the disk, we can better put a size of the disk to user. Specific size of the disk we can be able to give. So you cannot put more than that one. And security, the security means any user want to access your file directly, your second user, or through network you want to access your files. So either you can tell them it is allowed to read and write, or allowed deny to read or write kind of stuff we can able to give. Encrypt the data, it will encrypt the data using some hashing algorithms, and it generate a key. So if any user, any other users, so user means any other user, means through network or a direct user want to access your data, so they cannot access your data without having that certificate installed in their PC. So they cannot decrypt it without having a key. Compression. So we are already done a practical. That's why I'm giving direct statements, and it is for me easy here. Compressing the data. So you have a disk and you have a lot of data in the disk, and now you want to put more data. It is less space is available. You can compress the data, so then you may get a little bit extra space, so you can put a data inside. Indexing, it will index the data, it will go with the extensions, so it is easy for a search in the system for your file system. Okay, here a few conditions we have to talk like this. um, FAT is a general FAT wall like that. It is a maximum size of a partition is a 4 GB. So if you want to create more than 4 GB, you have to go to FAT32. It support up to 32 GB only. Earlier days, you know how much disk space is a 10 GB disk, 20 GB disk. If you are a rich kid and you can able to purchase a 40 GB disk, you must be a rich kid. So compulsory your father say like you can go and buy a for 40 GB disk, so you can able to happy. Okay. Now how much disk we are using? 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, 3 terabyte, 4 terabyte also there. Okay. So I have a my laptop is a 500 GB plus I added 1 terabyte. My desktop SSD plus 1 terabyte normal hard disk is there. I have a two external hard disk, three external hard disks. First one is 320 GB, next one is 1 terabyte, next one is 2 terabyte. Now I have to purchase another 2 terabyte of disk. So see this one data is increasing. Earlier days 10 GB, 20 GB, 30 GB, 40 GB disk only. Okay. My sister desktop it is 20 GB hard disk. Okay. So like that. So NTFS. Earlier days, NTFS people said 2 terabyte support, up to 2 terabyte support, but it support more than 2 terabytes. It is support up to 2 terabyte of disk space, but it support more than 2 terabyte. Also depends upon your operating system NTFS version. Up to 2 terabyte is for XP purpose only, but after XP operating system changes and a new hard disk card came up, so NTFS support more than 2 terabytes also. So practically you have to verify with actually any Microsoft website, so then we can get confirm that one single NTFS will get it. The thing is if you are using a pen drive, So directly pen drive. Pen drive means it's a USB drive. USB pen drive. So people are using different namings. That's why I have to put a USB pen drive. In mobile phone, we are using SD cards, right? Or also we can call these SD cards as a flash drives. These are all same technology, same techniques only they are using, same chip they are using. Pen drive usually we can handle with any USB can connect it. SD cards and flash drives normally we are connecting in a mobile phone, right? Nowadays, if you purchase a new mobile phone or any mobile phone, the external memory means SD card size is 64 GBs are there, 128 GB, 256 GB, 512 GB also there. Okay, 1 terabyte also there. So we should not write type, but it is. So different flash drives are there. Earlier days, 1 GB flash drive is also very difficult to purchase it, but you can purchase a 128, 256 very easily. I didn't remember what is my external card size now. Have to verify 1 second, guys. Yeah, my SD card is 128 GB only. Okay. For my now current mobile. Earlier it is 64 in a previous mobile. Now my SD card is 128 GB. Internally 128 GB. Externally 128 GB. See this one. But normally, if you verify your SD cards are having a format is FAT32 only. Your format of your SD cards. Earlier it is 2 GB, 3 GB, sorry, 2 GB, 4 GB, 8 GB, 16 GB, 32 GB only. But nowadays it is more than that one. Okay. So earlier days the size is like 1 GB, 2 GB, 4 GB, 8 GB, 16, 32 max. So FAT32 file system is enough, right? And the file sizes are also very less. Quality of the file means like you have a video. The video is a 480 or a 720 maximum HD quality 720. Okay, so basic HD, you will get it. You're not even a 1080 or maybe it is not a 4K thing. MKVs, Blu-rays, we are not much using because the screen is small and size is this is small in size. It is file sizes are there. But now we are getting your flash drives, pen drives. So for I'm not talking about pen drive. It is. I'm talking completely SD cards, flash drives kind of stuff. Means the memory cards, 64 GB, 128 GB, 256. It's a bigger than 32 GB. FAT32 support maximum 32 GB and it won't support big files. FAT32 also not support. It is a max size 32 GB and not support big files. Okay, big files means like you have a something 2 GB file, 3 GB file, 4 GB file is there. So you cannot put more than 4 GB file in FAT32 like that. Okay, so big files you can't able to put it in a FAT32. Okay, so nowadays we are getting a big memory cards and 4K movies also you can. Nowadays we are getting a 4K screen, so then people like to put a 4K movies or videos, right? Big files, you want to go with the big files, 4K videos like that, MKVs, Blu-rays, okay, Blu-ray videos like extracted from Blu-ray, extracted videos, HD qualities, full HD qualities. I think 8K is also coming. Okay, 8K is also coming. Okay, so nowadays we can able to record videos, and we can take a picture in a high quality pictures. We can able to take it with using a mobile phone. We can able to make a movies also, short films. People are making now short films and movies also. There is a some movie, Ram Gopal Verma movie is there. They use some mobile phone as cameras, I think. Yeah, what it is? Okay, 5D cameras. So nowadays, using a simple memory cards, 5D cameras, digital cameras, simple camera with 20 to 30,000 cost range of cameras, they are making movies also. The quality of movie they can able to make it, so then we need a bigger memory card. If your memory card is bigger, FAT32 is not supporting, and file size bigger, FAT32 support is not there. So that's why in Windows 8 that time, so they introduced exFAT, extended FAT. What is exFAT? Extended FAT. They introduced extended FAT for this purpose. What is this extended FAT? It supports more than 32 GB. More than 32 GB size it support. Max size we have to verify once again. If you are verify your mobile phone, if you have a if you have a memory card more than 64 GB, insert your memory card, automatically it is asking to format the memory card. Automatically it is asking to format the memory card into exFAT. If you have a FAT32 memory card, and it definitely it is tell, so convert into exFAT. Automatically it will format your data, your memory card. And if you purchase nowadays, if you purchase a memory card like a 256 GB or 128 GB, like you purchase a memory card, it comes with the exFAT directly. So formatted with the exFAT directly. So no secondary format is maybe not required. If it is required, first time only insert into your mobile phone, it will format automatically. Understand, guys, what is the exFAT? Extended file system. It is only here it is given exFAT developed for flash drives. Next one is REFS. Yeah, I will tell REFS and then I will give you a small break. Okay. I think I'm speaking from here. I'm only speaking. This is all your given answers. That is up to here. Good. Okay. Just I'm continue on myself only. That's the problem. Next part again we'll see. REFS, resilient file system. Okay, resilient or a resilient. What word we can use it? Resiliency. What is this resiliency? Is like a duplication or a protection. Okay, so why we use a resilient? Redundancy, guys. Remember, redundancy, redundant, redundancy, high availability. Okay, high availability, redundancy, redundant, resilient, resiliency. These are all words are is simple for protecting your uh, infrastructure or a service or a data. Infrastructure or service or a data by making a duplicate copy, or maybe usually like securing it. Securing it does not mean access no access kind of stuff. Securing means if in case one disk is failure, other disk will be working. So service never stops. That is called a redundancy. Resilient means it is like it won't get corrupted. Even though if you have get corrupted, again it will recover it from the corruption. Okay, resiliency, guarantee. It is give guarantee is there. So Just I am going to Google once. REFS file system, resilient file system. Just for copying this one only. Resilient. Okay, resilient file system. What is the use of this resilient file system? Whenever you put a data in the disk, whenever you put a data in the disk, so what happened? So one second, I will clear this one. I will show you pictorially. Like this is my disk. In the disk, in the disk or a partition, whatever it is, it's like you have a single disk, single partition, or maybe a partition is there. Thing, okay. So whenever you put a data, so the data uh, copied into your disk, right? And you may access the disk, right? You may access the data. Again, you may open the file and you can look at the file or modify the file, or maybe you put some data inside a directory or a file, right? Things will happen. You read the data, you write the data is there. It is a possible that your data may corrupted. Your data may corrupted. Sometimes, your friend given a file in a pen drive, you copied into the pen drive and he give it to you, and you taken the pen drive, you open some document from it, like a PDF document, or maybe you open a normal document, you open, and it is saying data is corrupted. Is it possible, right? Anybody maybe experience that kind of stuff once in a while, that too, mainly at time of project presentation time. You copied entire data into your pen drive and connect pen drive at a presentation time. You connect a pen drive to their computer, college computer, and it won't open. It means the file is not open because data is corrupted. It's possible that data may corrupted. So using this REFS, resilient file system, what it will do, it use an algorithm called CRC. An algorithm called CRC. What is CRC? What is CRC? CSC guys, IT, CSC. What is CRC? Maybe you can see in a caps, you will find. What is CRC?
Cyclic redundancy check.
Very good. CRC. Cyclic redundancy check. Cyclic redundancy check. Yeah, so where is it? Here it is. Cyclic redundancy check. So what is this? It is nothing but an algorithm. It takes a data from your data only. It takes a sample data from your data. It will generate, exactly say CRC algorithm generate a data from your data only. A small data will be there. So what it will do, whenever your file is accessed or something, like it keep verify your data is correct or a corrupted. The data is a correct or a corrupted. If it is a corrupted, and it can able to repair it, if it can able to repairable. If you see, for example, still it is in this mode only. Nothing. It is not responding mode. Just I need a WinRAR file. That's it. Open some folder from here. I will find some. Yeah, it is a zip file, not a zip file. I need a RAR file. So many RAR files are there. .rar. Okay. Here it is some. I have a .var. Why it is showing like this? No, this is not at all good. No, no, not this RAR file. I don't like this one. This is a zip file. The zip is different and RAR is different. Downloads, downloads, downloads. Yeah. Yeah. Can you able to see this one, guys? CRC32. This one. So I will make it little bit larger. Can you able to see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. CRC. This is a file. Okay, and it is a CRC value. So what are the data is there? Based on that, a data is created. Now, what happen if in case this file is copied from here to there, or maybe accessed from 1 or 2 times? What happen? The file may be corrupted. The data may be corrupted. So I can repair this data. I can repair this data also. That's a WinRAR. I was searching for a WinRAR because if CRC value is there, so you can repair it also. Repair archive. See, repair archive. So we can able to repair this file also if data is corrupted. So how it is possible? Because of CRC, cyclic redundancy check. Don't forget that name, even if you don't understand fully about CRC, but don't forget the abbreviations, because lot of people in this world, only if you know the some like this thing, it means you are a computer literate kind of stuff. Okay, so it uses CRC to keep your data safe, so it won't let your data corrupted. So metadata integrity with checksum, integrity stream with user integrity, as so many things are there. Cluster size is 16 KB, and REFS won't give features like NTFS features. Security won't be there. NTFS security won't be there. So you can see backward compatibility support for NTFS means you convert your REFS, and you can convert REFS to NTFS possible. Enhanced data verification and error correction. Not only error detection, error correction. It means any data is corrupted, it is automatically repairs. Support larger files, directories, and volumes. So where we use REFS, where you put a large amount of data and where you want more resiliency of a data. Not a normal data, it is compulsory you need a resiliency, not security. Resiliency is important than a security. Then compulsory we should use REFS. Okay, so this is about your file systems. Again, file systems are FAT, NTFS, EXFAT, and REFS, ext3, ext4, XFS, NFS, CFS are a file sharing using a NAS file kind of stuff. Linux based file sharing one only. Okay. FAT or FAT32 is don't give certain features like NTFS, like a disk quota, security, encryption, compression, and indexing. Okay. FAT is support up to 4 terabytes. FAT or FAT12 both are same. It is FAT32, 32 GB maximum disk size or a partition size, you can say. Okay. NTFS, partition size, not disk size, partition size. NTFS support up to 2 terabyte of partition size. More than 2 terabytes also works, depends upon NTFS version. Okay, and if you are using a flash drive, if it is more than 32 GB, so your FAT32 file system is not supporting, because your mobile phone, Android mobile phone kind of stuff understand FAT32 only, not NTFS. So you don't have a choice. If you have a more than 32 GB memory cards are there, and you have a bigger files are there, so FAT32 won't support. You should use exFAT only. Next file system is resilient file system. So resiliency is there. So error correction is there. Okay, so what I will do, at least 2-3 lines I will copy. Okay, so important line is the second line in REFS, guys. Okay, very important line is second line. Abba. Why it is working weird? Because my system is got updated. Have to restart to get complete the installation of update. Okay, it's a resilient file system, backward compatibility to NTFS, enhanced data verification, error correction. It is possible with a CRC, cyclic redundancy check. Cyclic redundancy check is an algorithm to protect your data or prevent data from corruption. If it is corrupted, then automatically we can able to repair the disk. Okay, guys. Up to now, MBR, GPT, basic disk, dynamic disk, file system. Up to here, okay? Or, okay, very good. So next, very good. Next we'll see VHD and VHDX. If possible, I will show you. No. I will tell you VHD and VHDX separately or maybe combinedly. We'll see that one. Guarantee I will tell. Don't worry. So next we will see different type of disk like a SATA disk. What is SAS? What is SSD? What is SCSI? What is IDE disk? Okay, the names. Next we will see RAID levels. Okay, and if possible I will show you some RAID commands also. Okay, I think this is all very easy up to now. Why? Because of we already discussed these things, right? So mostly it is